Good morning and welcome to Behind the Mic right here on Zimbabwe Daily. My name is Grace Kajge and I'm going to be your host for today. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the University of Zimbabwe's recent demonstration following the school fees increment that was almost 110%. So, okay, at some point, the University of Zimbabwe had to do this increment. It was really necessary, but perhaps, probably, they didn't consider the students at heart because I think the increment was a bit exorbitant, and the duration that the students were supposed to pay that amount, it was just a week. So today we just want to go deeper and take a look at what really transpired behind this demonstration. So I'm going to introduce my guest just after this short break. Keep watching. Okay, so today I have Alan. Alan, can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Thank you, Grace. A very pleasant morning to you all, the students in our nation. My name is Alan Chipoi, a student activist at the University of Zimbabwe, as well as the provincial chair of the Zimbabwe National Students Union. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I just heard you, Alan, saying that you are the student provincial chair. Okay, so what program are you doing at the University of Zimbabwe?
It's okay. Thank you, Grace. I'm a third-year student at the University of Zimbabwe studying banking and finance.
Okay, that's really fascinating here because you are doing finance and you just say that you are into politics again.
Yes, indeed.
So what made you feel like joining the politics, taking a look at the program that you're doing?
Well, Grace, I think what you have to understand is like wherever there is politics,
yes,
here there is politics. The fact that I'm here and there is someone else who could have been here is politics. So rationality of mind should not just limit us due to the programs that we are undertaking at tertiary institutions. Okay. So that's why I decided to just become someone who is actually
in
politics.
Do your program links to politics? Does it not disturb your studies or something?
Not at all, because whenever even during the time of study, the fact that I have to study at 9 o'clock is actually politics. Why not at 10? Okay. Why not at 10?
Okay, let's just put this issue into an incubator. We'll discuss it later.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, so today we just want to know a brief background on what really happened, what led you to these demonstrations. Maybe if you can just give us the background that led you guys to conduct the demonstration.
Yes, it's okay. Thank you, Grace. Previously, at the University of Zimbabwe, students were paying 19,000 RTGS as tuition fee. So when they closed the institution for another semester, we were expecting the institution to issue a statement pertaining to the fees structure that they're expecting students to pay whenever they open. But the institution failed to do it probably on time, to the extent that they issued a statement a week prior to opening, which was actually saying students are now expected to pay 46,000 RTGS as their tuition fee from 19,000. And they were expecting students to pay that 46,000 in a period of 1 week before they open, so that they'll be able to register.
Okay, was it not the fact that your semester break was just a short period of time? Because if I remember very well, you guys didn't have more than 2 months before you open.
Yes, indeed.
Or maybe rather it was just 1 month.
whatever the period that was there, everyone knows what is actually happening in terms of the economic situations that we are facing in our country, pertaining to the salaries that our parents who are of course civil servants are earning, whatever the skyrocketing of rates in terms of the RTGS and the US dollar equivalence. So we expected the institution to just work in time because they actually knew that we were going to open the school. So basically, by that fact, they were supposed to issue out a statement on time pertaining to the issues to do with school fees.
Did you confirm with the admissions? Because I think what really happened here, maybe they had the procedures that they need to follow before they put a school fees increment.
Whatever the procedures that you are talking about, we want the institution to eliminate bureaucratic, processes that will lead to these issues to come in at the end of the day. That will end up having a lot of demonstrating coming in at the institution. So they are supposed to make sure that whatever they do, they have to do it on reasonable time.
All right. So thereafter, what did you as student do pertaining this issue? Because I think you guys were supposed to write a letter addressing your challenges to the admissions or to the Dean of Students.
Indeed, we've done so. We wrote a letter as Zinas UZ chapter to the Dean of Students, Dr. Madambi, and we were expecting a response from him pertaining to the letter that we wrote to him. But unfortunately, we got no response from him. And at the end of the day, we realized that the days were moving and students were actually supposed to open in a short period of time. That is actually, by then it was 4 days before opening. That's when we sat down as a union and with other students from the institution, and we deliberated on writing another letter, this time to be addressed.
Okay. Why didn't you guys write as a student union, not as Zinas?
We already, of course, have the Student Representative Council that is led by our president, Alenos Machoko. Of course, they came to us and told us, you guys, we see what is actually happening here. We are in talks with the administration pertaining to the issue of the fees. But to our rationality, they were not supposed, the institution was not supposed to talk with the SRC after they've actually gazetted the fees. They were supposed to go to the Student Representative Board and make consultations in terms of how much should be charged as the tuition fee of the University of Zimbabwe.
Okay, our viewers and listeners, this is the conversation with Alan. So he's saying that as students, they did wrote a letter addressing their challenges to the Dean of Students, but he is saying that the Dean of Students did not respond to their plea. Did the Dean not respond, or while he was just processing something, but the students were not patient enough? Can you just comment on that?
It's not about patience. I think what we...
Because here you said that the union,
yes, indeed,
he had already addressed that issue.
The union, in fact, what was happening was like there was an inception of a discussion pertaining to the issue of fees increment by the SRC with the administration.
Okay.
Which means the SRC is the one that, in fact, consulted the administration pertaining to that fees increment, not that the administration consulted the SRC.
Okay.
That's why we realized that, of course, that's the function of the SRC, to consult and to be consulted again. But while they are consulting, we are very, very sure that they are not going to solve anything in whatever the consultation that they were giving. That's why we ended up writing a letter to the Dean of Students and at the end of the day to the Vice Chancellor's Professor Paul Mapfumo.
Of course, at some point, you had mentioned earlier that the riots in the streets are going up. which the black market, most of us, we use the black market. And we know University of Zimbabwe as an institution, at some point, they really needed to put that increment.
You have to be arrested if you use black market. But anyway.
But yeah, of course, most of us, we access money using the black market.
It's okay, thank you. I think what is very important at this particular juncture is to understand the nature of the institution that you are talking about. We are talking about a national institution. Yes. So they don't even know whatever that you are talking about pertaining to the issues to do with black market, because what we know is an interbank rate.
My point here is prices are going up each and every day. And the University of Zimbabwe needed this increment.
I'm coming to you.
Okay.
What you have to understand is most of the students at the University of Zimbabwe are actually children of civil servants, are actually children of teachers, nurses, and of course as police officers. And what is more important for us to have an outlook on is how much are those civil servants earning. Of course, you can talk of whatever, the skyrocketing of prices of goods in shops, but how much are our parents earning who are civil servants? And again, let me take you to this. The least paid worker at the institution of Zimbabwe is actually getting 21,000 RTGS, and of course, you know, those workers have also children that are going at the University of Zimbabwe as students. They are expecting the same parent to pay 46,000 in a short space of time, in a period of 1 week.
All right, so viewers and listeners, I need you guys to comment on this topic. I need you to engage. Alan here is saying that the least paid worker at the University of Zimbabwe is around 20,000. And here the university is giving almost an ultimatum, right?
Yes,
for
indeed.
The students to pay a sum of 46,000 or even more, actually, the increment, which is around 110%. So how then are the workers going to pay that? How then does the parents pay that with such a short period of time? So just leave your comment, drop your comment. We will engage in this conversation as we go on talking to Alan. All right. So, Alan, after you have sent your letter to the dean and the dean did not respond, what then did you guys do?
Yeah, after realizing that we actually have an egg on our face after writing a letter to the dean of students, we then deliberated with some students on the way forward what we supposed to be doing, and we realized that it's high time that we actually have to engage an office that is actually superior than that of the dean of students. Okay. Then we wrote a letter to the vice chancellor, Professor Paul Mapfumo. After we wrote that letter, we were 10 students, and we realized that, you know, the constitution, according to section 59, allows the citizens of the Republic of Zimbabwe to demonstrate and to petition, as long as you are doing it without violence.
Peacefully, yeah.
Yes. So we had our placards, we wrote our placards, we demonstrated while least we were to hand off our letter to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Mapfumo.
So you guys didn't wait for the professor to respond to you, or you just knew that he was not going to give any solution to your problems?
The professor, the dean, in fact.
No.
Yeah.
You just said the vice chancellor?
Yes, we wrote a letter to the vice chancellor. Mm-hmm. So in submitting that letter to the vice chancellor, that's when we demonstrated.
Okay, so you didn't wait for the response.
We were going there to demonstrating already with our petition. Why? Right, because already the dean of students failed to respond us on time. And of course, you know, I'm talking about things that are happening in a short space of time, a week. For your own information, we were expecting the dean to also respond, as they were also expecting us to pay fees in a short space of time of 1 week.
Okay, so before your demonstration, did you write a letter? Because I know that with the system in Zimbabwe, they say you just need to write a letter applying for that demonstration. You know, we want to demonstrate here, blah, 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 blah. This is our letter. Did you guys do that?
What we had was a flash demonstration that we undertook in the campus, campus confines.
Okay.
It was not whatever the issues to do with that demonstration, legal or not, but of course there is no demonstration that is illegal as long as you are not violent. But what they were supposed to be doing here was you have to ask in a way that what are there any law or whatever regulations that are there in the institution that governs whatever the actions to do with demonstrations. But of course,
So are there any at the QVET?
not even one. Not even one. We demonstrated so that we hand off our petition to the vice chancellor. But what surprised us was like before we even demonstrated, there was already police track in the school. In the school. in the school confines that was actually waiting for us because they knew that we were planning something. So while we were doing whatever the demonstration that we were having, and while we were trying our best to go to hand off our letter to the vice chancellor, that's when the police came to us and say, stop whatever that you are doing, whatever you are doing is wrong, they did whatever they've done to us, trying to intimidate us, and so that we can actually stop whatever we were doing. And of course, we are law-abiding citizens, we are law-abiding students, we operate to the letter and the spirit of the law. We stopped the demonstration that we were having.
How many were you?
We were 10 students.
Okay.
We were 10 students.
So before the police came, did you manage to do the demonstration? Did you manage to reach the vice chancellor?
No, while we were on the administration block, that's when the police came to us and interrupted whatever we were doing. But we were about to hand over the letter to the vice chancellor.
Okay, so what then happened after that?
So they started to discuss, the police started to discuss with other university officials that were there. And we were told, you have to disperse guys in a period of 5 minutes. But while we were dispersing, that's when we were told that you have to go to the security room. You have been arrested. Arrested for what? We are,
But you just told us that we should disperse. Why then did they arrest you?
We don't know, but it is maybe because of orders that might be coming from somewhere else. But what we were told at first was like, you guys disperse. But while we were trying to disperse, that's when they said, you are no longer dispersing, you have been arrested. Just to go to the security room. After that, we called the Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights. They assisted us with legal, experts to represent us. We were then kept at UZ security room for about a period of 1 hour, 30 minutes. From there, that's when we were taken to Avondale police station. At Avondale police station, we spent about 4 hours without a charge being laid on us. But of course, the constitution is very clear about what has to be done when someone has been arrested. You must be.
Probably they wanted to release you guys.
But we were not released. We were not released. We are talking of something that happened, not something that you think was supposed to happen. We are talking of something that actually happened.
Okay. So viewers and listeners, this is it. Alan is saying that they were just demonstrating peacefully, and whilst they awaited to reach the dean to give him the letter, they were disrupted by the police and told that they should disperse, but they were arrested. So after that, you said that the police did not lay any charge on you for 4 hours.
Yes, indeed. That's what happened.
We just heard that you guys were arrested.
We thought we were
ended up somewhere there.
We were expecting the police to say, you guys, you are being charged with this, charge. So after a period of four hours, our lawyers started, to ask you guys, why are you keeping these children? They have to go back. If you don't have any charge that you are laying on them, why can't you just release them? That's when we're told, we are now charging them with gathering with the intention to cause public violence or bigotry. From there, we were told that your issue has been transferred to Harare CID Law and Order Chamber. That's where it is going to be handled. So we were moved from Avondale Police Station to Harare Central Police Station, where we spent a night in detention. Then from there we were taken to court on the following morning. We appeared before the court, and then unfortunately we failed to get bail on the day, but on the following day we got the bail.
Okay. Yeah. This is a fascinating story coming from Alan. So thank you so much, viewers and listeners, for engaging in this conversation. We'll keep you posted on the judgment that's going to be given to Alan and his colleagues. So, yeah, does it have to be like that, fellow Zimbabweans? To increase school fees with 110%. I think that the University of Zimbabwe really needed to consider the issues of the parents. They really needed to consider their students at heart. I actually think that they should discuss the issue of the school fees increment with the student representatives.
Yes, of course. That's why
then they will liaise, they negotiate, they sit at a table and say that, you know what, we just need to put because we all know that things are going up.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
But I think we
also
should
acknowledge
just
that.
Exactly. Maybe if we put this figure, then the student will come in and say their side.
So it's not even enough, Grace. While least we were arrested, the institution even went on to have another increment from 46,000 to about 55,000 again.
That's a bomb right here. That's a bomb.
In a space of one week, they increased the fees 2 times.
You were demonstrating for a 46,000.
Yes.
And they went ahead and increased it.
Yeah, but
I think this interview, with this discussion, we should have had the representatives from the admissions.
It was actually good
for really
us
necessary.
to also have their views over this issue, because we were expecting them, after letting us being arrested, we thought they were going to just end there, but while this year, they also increased but students being students now, they also started another demonstration.
Okay.
Yeah, they also demonstrated, and unfortunately, one other guy was arrested and was even beaten, by the security officers. Yet the security officers are not even allowed to beat a student at the University of Zimbabwe. So,
how did the administrators handle this issue?
I'm not sure in terms of, and I can't speak, I'm not the spokesperson of the administration, but what is more important is we were expecting, we were just expecting the administration to act otherwise, so that, they were not even supposed to have that other students being arrested, after, of course, they have let us, we don't even care of us being arrested, but they were supposed to, rationality of mind, sanity of mind. If they are not imbeciles, they were just supposed to sit down and consider that, of course, the other students have been arrested. Why? Because of fees increment. They are now increasing on top of that same fees that they've actually increased again. Doesn't make any sense.
Also, did the second demonstration yield any positive results?
Not really. What's fun is the students' fraternity is always the greatest stakeholder whenever we talk about tertiary education. And those are the people that are supposed, to be consulted in whatever decision making that the institution think of. But they don't even care about students' views in terms of how they run their institution. By the fact of them being the administration, they just think everything is just fine to them, as long as, whenever you have to speak as students, vakagara vakagadzira shamu ine munyu yekuti vanotisunga. But of course that will never deter us.
That's a real shame right here. Okay, so I just want to know the way forward. What are you guys thinking to do from here going on forward? Did you guys give up, or you are planning something?
I don't want to say anything that is prejudicial because, our case is still in the court. Our national leadership of ZINASU, they are also in the process of writing petitions to the minister himself, the Professor Amon Murugira, so that they can actually say, I think when Parliament, it was about 2 weeks ago, there was the same discussion in Parliament where the Honorable Member of Parliament from Biso constituents, Honorable Settlement Chikwinya, was raising again this issue to do with fees hikes. And, our minister responded in an unfortunate manner whereby he said, there are a lot of things that also have to be taken into consideration. But he just want us to take whatever his things into consideration. You don't also want to take ours into his consideration. This is the problem. We are dealing with, the type of people that always thinks about themselves. They don't even think about the students that they are actually leading.
Okay, so Alan here is raising some interesting issues, and the authority does not really think about the student. They just think about themselves. Is it even true? Where is he coming from? We really need to consider the backgrounds of the students. We really need to consider the majority of the sources of the income of the sources. Most of these students have parents who are civil servant, and they cannot they are not able to afford so exorbitant prices. The increment duration, it was just a short notice. Okay, so unfortunately we have come to the end of our show. So Alan, maybe your last words to the students, to the parents, and to everyone who's just watching the show.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you, Grace. I think my last word to the students, they just have to be resilient.
Okay.
Whenever you are in a jungle, whatever that comes around, you just have to stand up and have power to face reality. That's what is actually there. We don't have anything to do. We can't change anything should they decide not to aid our students' voice in whatever ways they have to ameliorate the plight that the same students are actually facing.
Okay.
Then to our parents, of course, it shall be well. Zimbabwe shall be well very soon.
All right. Thank you so much, viewers and listeners, for watching and listening. I'm signing out, Grace Kajge. Till